ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता, 8th chapter, Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, 8th chapter, shloka number 17, 8.17, 8.17. You can all repeat after me. Sahasra-yuga-paryantam ahar brahmaṇo viduḥ rātriṁ yuga-sahasrāntāṁ te ahaḥ-rātra-vido janāḥ sahasra-yuga-paryantam ahar brahmaṇo viduḥ rātriṁ yuga-sahasrāntāṁ te ahaḥ-rātra-vido janāḥ. Sahasra-yuga-paryantam ahar brahmaṇo viduḥ rātriṁ yuga-sahasrāntāṁ te ahaḥ-rātra-vido janāḥ. Sahasra-yuga-paryantam ahar brahmaṇo viduḥ rātriṁ yuga-sahasrāntāṁ te ahaḥ-rātra-vido janāḥ. Sahasra-yuga-paryantam ahar brahmaṇo viduḥ rātriṁ yuga-sahasrāntāṁ te ahaḥ-rātra-vido janāḥ. Sahasra-yuga-paryantam ahar brahmaṇo viduḥ rātriṁ yuga-sahasrāntāṁ te ahaḥ-rātra-vido janāḥ. Okay. So, word by word translation by Srila Prabhupada. Sahasra, 1000. Yuga, millenniums. Paryantam, including. Ahar, day. Yat, that which. Brahmaṇa, of Brahma. Viduḥ, they know. Rātriṁ, night. Yug, millenniums. Sahasra-antām, similarly ending after 1000. Te, they. Ahar-rātra, day and night. Vidaḥ, who understand. Janāḥ, people. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. By human calculation, everyone can repeat. By human calculation, 1000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. Purport by Srila Prabhupada will. I'm not going to read the whole purport. I'll take line by line. I'll try to explain line by line so that that is more suitable for me as a speaker. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains, although this is, we are right in the middle of the chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, and these are the most, the essence of Bhagavad Gita is in the middle chapters, as Srila Prabhupada has also explained. And the title of this chapter is Attaining the Supreme. But here in this shloka we find that Krishna is telling, is giving some details about the life or the duration of the life of Brahma. Although we understand Bhagavad Gita as the book of principles, but here there is a slight deviation, because here Krishna is giving some information. And what that information is about the life of Brahma, or the duration of the life of Brahma, to be specific. And Srila Prabhupada translates it like, by human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and similarly is his one night. In the purport also, further, Srila Prabhupada explains, gives the four cycles, Satya-yuga, Tretā-yuga, Dvāpara-yuga and Kali-yuga, and the total duration of 4 yugas is, Srila Prabhupada gives 43 lakh years. And 1,000 times of 43 lakh years will form the 12 hours of Brahma. And such also are the 12 hours of Brahma's one night. But the best part is that Srila Prabhupada begins with something else. In the purport, the first line, what Prabhupada says is something which is not mentioned in here. Srila Prabhupada, as a perfect teacher, as a perfect guide to our lives, he is saying that information, what is being given here, is not important. Although we ourselves, we tend to go towards information, and we try to read enormous books and vast of Vedic literature to get more and more information. But Srila Prabhupada always focuses upon the direction. And the first line itself gives what Srila Prabhupada, or what Sri Krishna is trying to tell us from this shloka. Srila Prabhupada says the duration of the material universe is limited. This is the essence of shloka. The essence of shloka is not so many years. The essence of shloka is not kalpas or yugas. The essence of shloka is that the material life is limited. And Srila Prabhupada has mentioned several times at several places in Vedic literature that although, as this shloka also mentions, although Brahma's duration of life is inconceivable, one word to be taken from this shloka, or from the first part of the purport which Srila Prabhupada explains, is that life in heavenly planets, or the duration of life in heavenly planets, is inconceivable to a human being, to us. So we do not have to worry about the duration of life. What we have to worry, or what message we have to take, is that even Brahma dies. That Srila Prabhupada, in the last paragraph of the purport, if we go further ahead, the last paragraph, if we see in the books, Srila Prabhupada writes, in the material universe, not even Brahma is free. Srila Prabhupada begins with essence and ends in essence. The middle part is not important. So, number of years, or the details are given to increase our faith, or to give a comparison that although we try to go to heavenly planets, although we try to accumulate all the opulences in our life, but those opulences will not matter in the matter of attaining the Supreme. Although we have this lavish classroom, we have this lavish facilities, we have lavish prasadam, we have good clothes, we have good microphone, we have good quality paper, we speak in English, we know Sanskrit, but those things will not matter. The essence is those things will not matter. What matters is emotions, or our cheshtha, what do we say, our attitude. Srila Prabhupada writes in his book, Nectar of Instructions, in the very first shloka in his purport, Srila Prabhupada writes the advancement in Krishna consciousness. The advancement depends upon the attitude. It does not depend upon any material things. It doesn't depend upon how much tapasya we are doing. It doesn't depend upon how many rounds we are chanting. It depends upon the attitude with which we are chanting. Today we see so many devotees putting YouTube videos that we are chanting 64 rounds. Means up till now no sane person has ever thought of such a thing, of boasting of chanting 64 rounds. But that is not the attitude. Attitude is that I am not able to chant Lord so many times. Although I have heard from so many pure devotees, from so many good souls, although they are telling me all the time, although I have taken prasadam, although I have tasted the prasadam, although I have participated in your kirtans several of the times, but still I am not able to enter that aura which you are trying to give. That's why we are indebted to the devotees, to the pure souls who are trying to give us the taste. That taste doesn't belong to us. That is not our taste. They are pulling us. They are trying to pull us from this material world. We have got no capacity to boast that we are doing anything or we are doing our sadhana. That what Srila Prabhupada's trying to emphasize, that the attitude with which we are chanting. Attitude is not that we are chanting. Attitude is what our seniors have taught us. Attitude is that our chanting is a disturbance to the Lord. What we are chanting is disturbance in His own pastimes. That is why there is a curtain. That is why always there is a curtain in front of the deities. Because deities are they are playing their own pastimes. But we are trying to enter into those pastimes. Although we are not invited. Although I can say about myself as a general, we are saying that although a Jivatma is not invited, that's why he is a Jivatma. Because Jivatma has rebelled against the Lord. And that's why Jivatma is trying to enjoy over here. That is why we do not want to die. Because Srila Prabhupada comes to this point. Srila Prabhupada, here in the purport, in the last paragraph, Srila Prabhupada writes that Srila Prabhupada mentions, Srila Prabhupada writes, in the material universe, not even Brahma is free from the process of birth, old age, disease and death. So Srila Prabhupada again and again brings this point of death. Although death is, we consider death as inauspicious, or even talking about death. Not death. Even talking about death, we consider it as inauspicious. No, we shouldn't say that death is coming soon. No, you will live so many years. Why are you saying so much so? But for pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada, what about Vitrasur? He is telling that Indra, come on, kill me. Because then only my mission will be fulfilled, for which I was born, for which you have come. So for devotees, death is an honor. Death is a medium, death is a transition from where he'll enter into the spiritual realm. For them it is not inauspicious. They are eagerly waiting for that moment. They are eagerly waiting for that moment when this nuisance of the material world will end. When the limitations of this body won't hamper them to associate with Lord. So that is their intention. That is the desire. Our desire is to live. The pure souls desire to face death. Because even there is another saint in Muslim religion. There is another saint, Jalaluddin Rumi. He is a Sufi saint. He was a Sufi saint and very well-known Sufi saint. And he says, when I'll descend into the grave, then do not lament, for then that time I'll rise. when my words stop coming from the mouth, then the words of my soul will appear. My real life begins after death. So you should not cry when I descend into my grave. So he has written a poem. So in every religion, not just in our Sanatana religion, in every religion, wherever there is the talk about love of Godhead, love always means union with God or serving Lord in separation. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even in Chaitanya Leela also Srivas Pandit, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was dancing in his courtyard with the other devotees, and when Srivas Pandit's son was sick inside, and he left his body, that time Srivas Pandit he quietly went inside, and he actually scolded the females over there that they shouldn't make any noise, otherwise the kirtan which is going on outside in the courtyard, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, he is dancing in a courtyard. And when Krishna is dancing in a courtyard, and if our son, he has left his body, then that's our great fortune. And we should not actually shed tears in this auspicious moment. The auspicious moment is that Krishna is dancing. So devotees, their lives are in respect to Krishna. The devotees' life are not in respect to their families that will take a home in Vrindavan and will live suitably over here. No, they want to live for Krishna, they want to die for Krishna. Srila Prabhupada never made his home at Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada left Vrindavan to give others Vrindavan. That is the sacrifice what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants from us. That is the teaching what Srila Prabhupada wants to give us. He wasn't living for his family. His family had to struggle for sustenance after Prabhupada left. But we amass our assets that we will live comfortably in our old age. So there is a vast of difference between what we tend to think and what pure devotees are actually thinking. So attaining the Supreme doesn't require any material things. Attaining the Supreme doesn't require any detailed knowledge. Attaining the Supreme requires that Srila Prabhupada says, as famously Srila Prabhupada says, that we do not belong to this world. We do not belong to this world. What's there here? What's the need to amass anything if we do not belong to this world? If we have to go to some other place, then we have to amass our treasures over there, in His eyes, not in the eyes of mortal people, who will anyways won't be able to help us. Our body, whom we take so much care we take of this body, but this body itself would be the first thing who will be leaving us at the time of disease. So here Srila Prabhupada says that Brahma, however, is directly engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord in the management of this universe. Therefore, he at once attains liberation. So, why Brahma means another message from this. First of all, the message is not duration of life. The message is that duration of life is not important. The direction is important. What that direction is in the second line. The direction is the service of Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada also writes, elsewhere, Srila Prabhupada also writes in another of his purports, Srila Prabhupada writes, even ant lives for 100 years. And even human being lives for 100 years. Even Brahma lives for 100 years. But Brahma's 100 years is different from 100 years of human being. And an ant's 100 years is different from what we live. So, again, if we want to analyze this thing, this is a theory of relativity. That's at some other place, 100 years means some other things. On earthly planet, this 100 years means some other thing. In lowly planets, this 100 years means some other thing. This is a theory of relativity. What the scientists are now speaking about. But even that is not important. What is important is direction. Direction means what we were doing in our lifetime. Even ant will die, even every human being will die, and even Brahma will die. But in their lives, what they were doing, Brahma, he meditated for 100 years. And after that, he created this Srishti. So he was linked to the Supreme, and then he did a creation. Today, human being is doing creation without taking guidance from God. And that's why in Srimad Bhagavatam also, in 7th canto, I think 15th chapter, we were listening to lecture day before yesterday at Delhi temple. So there was very important statement that any solution which a human being makes for his problem, what he faces, is more troublesome than the problem itself. The solution which a human being tries to find out from his problem is actually more troublesome than the problem itself. So actually we are creating more problems. We are not solving the problems of the life. The problems of life is old age, disease, birth and death. Several times Srila Prabhupada is mentioning this. That no scientist has ever said that after my death, put an injection and I live again. Srila Prabhupada says that no scientist has ever boasted of that I will be living, you just put an injection to me and I will be living after my death. No scientist could say that. Even Einstein died, the greatest of all scientists. So no scientist has ever been able to conquer over birth, old age, death and disease. Till today, even science has made, although science has made all the progress, but although they are boasting of to conquer over one disease, but several new diseases have arisen. And now the situation is like that the human is creating a disease to kill a generation. This is the danger. Or this is not the danger, this is the reality that the mankind is the enemy of the mankind. Although we speak of three kleshas, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, Adhyatmik, but the most dangerous is human itself. And that's why now the artificial intelligence which the scientists are boasting of, so that is the last nail in the coffin. Because now the greatest fear is that this artificial intelligence will take over us. Man is creating a thing. Man is creating a demon. And now a new fear has arisen that the demon will take over us. And literally, we can see the children. They are no more listening to parents. The demon has already taken over our families. But still we are promoting artificial intelligence. The name is artificial intelligence. The name is not human intelligence. The name is not human. There is no emotions involved in artificial intelligence. It is just a machine. It won't recognize that it's your family, that it's your child. It will just enter your door. And it is bound to create havoc in your family. And still we are promoting it. So that's the greatest danger. So Srila Prabhupada clearly and distinctly, Srila Prabhupada tries to, very precisely, Srila Prabhupada says that direction is important. If we are not learning how to serve the Supreme, then what's the use in chanting more rounds? Several times, means we are in the preaching module, we are running a Gurukul also, and several times we see, means not even Gurukul, even Brahmachari ashram also, we see that everyone is interested in chanting. No one is interested in Yamuna. No one is interested in keeping the dham clean. No one is interested in cleaning the heart. Everyone is interested in increasing the number of rounds. As if the number matters more than the quality. In fact, when we go to other places, we see in other institutions, even Srila Prabhupada went to Amritsar, he also made a point that the way the people are serving over there, he told his disciples, that is the way we have to serve. So some people are not even taking the name of Krishna, but they are serving. That's why Srila Prabhupada once said in his Bhagavatam, also Srila Prabhupada in one of his purports, Srila Prabhupada said that even although you may take the name of Krishna, you may take the name of Ram, you may take Narayan's name, but we should learn how to serve. Service. For that, emotions are required. Machines are not required. Quantity is not required, quality is required. So, even Bhagavatam says that there need not be just one guru. Dattatreya, there were 24 gurus. You can learn from sparrows, you can learn from birds, you can learn from trees, you can learn from Tarorapi Saheshruna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Trinadapi Shunichena. There's so much to learn from the grass. There's so much to learn from grass. We keep on trampling over the grass. We keep on plucking the grass while playing, while just listening to lectures. If you are sitting, we'll just pluck the grass. We keep on walking over the grass, but the grass never shouts back. Hey, what you are doing? You don't have any sense? Hey, you are a human being. Can't you see? You're stepping over me. She never says. The nature, we are exploiting all the time. We are running the vehicles. We are speeding like anything. Wherever we can walk, we are using vehicles as if we are trying to save time and we'll take Lord's name. Means this is for all of us, and more for maybe myself also. But the fact is that we are trying to we are a disturbance to his family. We are trying to exploit this material nature to fulfill our whims and fancies. Even if we see so much prasadam is wasted. No, and we see although we follow this rule that whatever we eat, we have to offer it to Lord Krishna and then we should eat. But then this concept of purchasing from restaurant is not at all conducive. Because purchasing from restaurant means we are hungry and you purchase it. Offering doesn't mean that someone else is offering and we take it. Offering means if there is a hungry person around, if there are seniors around you, if there is a senior Vaishnava around you, we have to ask everyone if there is something left. That has to be taken. Yagya shishtaha ashina santa muchante sarva kalpashaha. If something is left after offering others, a person who is hungry, if he is hungry and we are eating, that is not prasadam. But we see in the premises of the temple, means just this temple and outside, there is a clear demarcation of haves and have-nots. As if this temple belongs to haves and the have-nots are outside begging. So Krishna's abode is not meant to be like that. Krishna's abode is, Srila Prabhupada told, 10 kilometers around, no person should be left hungry. And what we are eating, they should be eating. And what they are eating, we should be eating. Then we are his family. We should be eating khichdi. They should be eating Mahaprasadam. The other way, it is the other way around. We are eating pastries. They are eating sukhi chapatis. this was not meant to be what Srila Prabhupada wanted. This was not meant to be for what we left our families. We left our families for food. We left our families for Mahaprasadam. It is not that. But we tend to become, we tend to get involved. Because our human tendency is like that. For this very reason, we have to follow rules and regulations. Because otherwise, Srila Prabhupada mentioned several times that the inclination is to go down. Inclination is to go down. Inclination is not to go up. Our inclination is that we will tend to sleep and miss Mangal Arati. Inclination is not to increase our rounds. Or inclination is not to increase the quality of our service. Inclination is to go down. Inclination is for this honor. Inclination is for dhanam, janam, stri. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is, Srila Prabhupada, he managed to escape this world, actually. He managed to escape this material world. And that's why till the end, he was trying to pull us out. What he was translating for whom he was translating. We have this Prabhupada house displaying his pictures in his old age, in his worn out condition. When his kidneys were failing, he's still trying his best to deliver us some message. But where we are today, we have to analyze ourselves. We have to analyze our own position. We do not have to point fingers towards others. Because chanting is like this. We are missing the very first finger in our chanting. We are saying that he has a problem, he has a problem, he has a problem. But those problems are actually within us. Because Bhagavad Gita doesn't focus on others' problems. Bhagavad Gita is to cleanse ourselves. I have to clean myself. I have to become pure like the sun. So, and Srila Prabhupada also mentions that such long duration of Brahma's life is also mentioned because Srila Prabhupada gives a comparison that although even in the case of Sutapa and Prishni Garbh, that Krishna when took birth as Prishni Garbh, Sutapa and Prishni, so they did penances for 12,000 heavenly years. Similar lifespan as of Brahma. 12,000 heavenly years. They had to do tapasya for 12,000 heavenly years to make Krishna as their son. But now, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that you need not do so much tapasya. Just by doing pure devotion, just by distributing in this very small lifespan, you can go back to Godhead. They had to do 12,000 tapasya of heavenly years to call Krishna as their son. But just by doing a small austerity of doing devotion, pure devotion, that very devotion of distributing to others, not accumulating, distributing to others. That very project, that very mission, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought, with that mission in one lifespan we can go back to Godhead. What Srila Prabhupada said. So this comparison is also bringing that point, that we need not focus on so many years, just a few years of devotion. Jab jago tab savera. The only point is that we should be clear that why are we here? We are here to give to others. That we are here to feed everyone devotion. We are not here to feed everyone sweets. We are here to feed everyone devotion. Simple lifespan. And we'll feed only that thing what we will eat. If we are eating sweets, we'll distribute sweets. If what we have, that thing only we can give. And what we'll have, that thing which we'll practice. If you'll swim, then you'll become an expert swimmer. If you'll chant, you will become an expert chanter. If you'll distribute, you will become an expert distributor. So better we practice devotion. Better we focus our lives on quality and not external things. So here Srila Prabhupada also writes that elevated sannyasis are promoted to Brahma's particular planet, Brahmaloka, which is the highest planet in the material universe, and which survives all heavenly planets in the upper strata of the planetary system, but in due course, Brahma and all inhabitants of the Brahmaloka are subject to death. So, by comparison, someone may say that I do not believe in Brahma. So is this shloka still relevant? Is this shloka still relevant for him? If he says I do not believe in Brahma, even means who has seen Brahma? But this shloka is still relevant. Who is Brahma? Has anyone seen Brahma? But theory of relativity, Brahma has 100 heavenly years. So within our lives also we see that some, like for an ant we are Brahma actually. For an ant lifespan, we are Brahma. So that means within a lifespan, whatever we are observing, some people may be far, far superior to us. They may be someone who is very, very intelligent as compared to our intelligence. But even that person will die. Elon Musk, he has so much of wealth. We try to become him. But here, Lord Krishna says, he will also die. Mark Zuckerberg, he will also die. Someone is Prime Minister, he will also die. Someone is Temple President, he will also die. Someone is the head of the family, he will also die. So what we will get to in gaining that position? Gaining that position is not important. What we were doing in our short lifespan, that is important. So the principle of Brahma can be taken. The principle can be taken. Bhagavad Gita is book of principles. Bhagavad Gita is not naming anyone. Bhagavad Gita is saying whatever is appearing as nectar in the beginning will turn out to be poison later. And whatever appears poison to be in the beginning will become nectar later. So nobody wants to die. But Srila Prabhupada said, civil suicide. You die first and then you will enter heaven. You have to die. You have to die to enter that heaven. But then you have to die happily. You do not have to lament and die. That my grandsons and granddaughters they are crying for me. No, I will be missing them. This should be the case. It should be the other way around. That he is waiting for us. When that moment will come, when I'll meet him. Parikshit Maharaj, he got 7 days. He wasn't making any arrangement for a good hospital. He wasn't seeking for a good doctor. He wasn't seeking any foreign doctor's intervention. He wasn't building a cave for himself. He wasn't going to a bunker to save himself from Takshak. He says, let that death come. But within that 7 days, I'll give a message. That message will save the humanity. Let me die. Let thy will be fulfilled. Your desire should be fulfilled. My life is not important. My senses are not so important. Your mission is more important to me. So that is the eagerness That is the desire of pure devotees. Although we accept that we do not have that desire now. We accept that although we can give lectures, but we do not have that desire now. But still, if we discuss these things, if we discuss such high ideas, not the people, we have to discuss the ideas. Those ideas, if one of such idea clicks upon us, someday, some way, then our life will be perfected. Or if someone takes advice from us, at least we should know that Bhagavad Gita, in that way Bhagavad Gita is different. Because for everyone, death is inauspicious. In fact, I had thought that the very first statement of the lecture should be that what Krishna is demanding from Arjuna. Have we ever thought what Krishna is demanding from Arjuna? Right. No. I mean, answer is correct, but more than that. Surrender. More than that. Fight, surrender, more than that. What Krishna is demanding from Arjuna. Because the whole thing is about demanding. This is a scripture where Lord is demanding from his devotee. And what he is asking from his devotee? That is a milder way of saying the truth. The reality. What is that reality? What he is demanding? What he is demanding? Swadharma. That is a broad term. Purn Sharnagati. What is that? Purn Sharnagati. What is that surrender? Yes, that's what I am asking. What is that prescribed duty? What is that thing that makes Krishna to include Arjuna over here? He must have done something that his name is here and our name is not here. What is that thing? Listening, we are also listening. Actually, the very first statement for any Bhagavad Gita lecture should be that Krishna demands Arjuna to kill his family members, to kill his own family. Yes, that is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Yes, you kill your family and then you come to me. Srila Prabhupada brings this point, civil suicide. Yes, you do suicide within the society, but you give this body to me. Srila Prabhupada, in a lighter mood also once said, okay, you want to come to me, you want to surrender, but don't come alone. You bring your assets. You don't come to me empty pockets. Srila Prabhupada once said that you have to bring your resources also to me, because then only I will be able to serve Krishna. Means actually we do everything, but then we keep everything for our own family and we say, now we are Krishna coming to you. Whatever we have earned, we keep for our own family and then we say, Krishna, we are coming to you. Srila Prabhupada clearly points out that no, you have to come with your assets. Then only that means that you are doing a civil suicide. So Arjuna actually killed his family. He killed Bhishma Pitama, who was more than a father to him. He killed him. He told Krishna, yes, now I will kill him. So, means even Srila Prabhupada, he sacrificed his own family. Even so many devotees over here, they sacrifice their family to serve others. They have sacrificed their own emotions. They have sacrificed their soft part to become rod-like, to preach. So then only Krishna gives mercy. You have to kill. You have to do civil suicide. We do not have to become good in the eyes of society. We have to become in the eyes of Krishna. Then we can serve the society. Then Srila Prabhupada again comes back. He says this is the highest welfare activity for the society. It's not that we are just We are trying to move away from the society. We are serving the society, because only when a king rises above all these things, then he becomes a suitable king. He has to rise above emotions. Then only he can give a neutral decision. So similarly, we have to rise above our own family members. To kill means to rise above, means to do not keep any soft corner for them. If they are not doing devotion, they are non-devotees. They are as good as demons. But the person who is trying to do devotion, who is trying to learn, you help him. So that way, this is the standard of Bhagavad Gita. The standard of Bhagavad Gita is not social platform. It's not a social endeavor. It's a godly endeavor to raise the human being to that platform. It's not a platform to maintain an equal society. It's a platform where you raise the human being to a godly platform. That's called Brahmaṇa. Srila Prabhupada, that's why I told we want to make first class Brahmins. Brahmins means as equal as God. But he is not God. But quality wise he becomes godly. His divine grace. That's why we say His holiness. That's why senior devotees are worshipable. Only Krishna is worshipable, or demigods. But here we say devotees are worshipable, because only when they are pulling us to that platform. To raise to that platform, we need to rise above our own emotions. So that is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. So this is the mood of Srila Prabhupada, with which he is translating these scriptures. And that very mood that's why we are appreciating Srila Prabhupada. Because he wanted to give us that sense of urgency, that eagerness. Yes, this is the moment when we can endeavor and achieve Lord, because in this very kalpa, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. Because of his blessings, we are in this mission. Otherwise, we ourselves have got no qualification. We are sitting at such an Vyasasana is supposed to be worshipped, and we know what we are, and we are sitting over here. So this is nothing. Just God is tolerating us. But then the message is pure, actually. Although we are impure, but the message is so pure that the other person will get changed. And whoever takes up this message is bound to achieve Krishna consciousness. The process is so pure. The message is so pure. So we are thankful to Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees. Through their endeavor, we have been somehow engaged in this loving devotional service, although we have got no qualification. But then our all efforts should be to grab that pure Krishna consciousness, which these devotees are trying to give to us, and distribute this very thing to others, and to help others in getting this Krishna consciousness. This is the message which Srila Prabhupada wants to give in this purport, which as far as what I have been able to comprehend. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions? Any difference of opinion? Means anyone that wants to add anything? Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Hare Krishna.
This two statements of a bhajan, of Vaishnava bhajan, they say chapala sukha labha.
Yeah.
And another is विषय प्रति जो आश्रम और मन, সেই মতো প্রীতি হোক তোহার চরণ.
Yeah.
That same attachment which I have for sense gratification,
Yeah.
I may have it for you, your.
Yeah. That is there.
So, how to make this come true in our lives?
Yeah. That is a very practical question. Means that very same attachment, Srila Prabhupada also writes in Srimad Bhagavatam. I think he quotes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that while eating, the engrossment while eating something good, and if someone tries to obstruct our eating, we consider that as a nuisance, and we become so much involved in eating. If something good is there, we become so much involved in eating that anyone talking to us seems to be an obstacle in our sense gratification. With that very same eagerness we should develop for Krishna. So how to get that? So means obviously this is not a this is the goal. This is the process also, and this is the goal also. That we have to serve in such a way that our senses become satisfied by satisfying him. Our senses do not become satisfied by eating anything, but by serving him. And I think one very practical example is by serving, by associating with pure devotees who have those feelings. When we associate with such devotees who have those feelings, then we lament that why do we do not have such feelings? Otherwise everything is in books. Otherwise everything seems to be far off for us, that no, in this life I cannot do. But when you see someone, if you see someone doing it, with that intensity, then you get a desire that I also want to do, because that is a pure thing, and a pure thing always shines. When sun shines, then you say, yes, I also want to become that sun, because you have seen that sun. So one very good example is one very good way is to associate with, if we get such a good association, we should hanker for that association more and more. And other ways means other things are also that whatever things we are interested in any material things we are interested in, suppose we are interested in eating a cake, so distribute that thing first. Whatever we are interested in, distribute that thing. So by that very act, we will get to taste some rasa which is there in distribution. And by tasting a bit of those rasas, I think gradually we can overcome our attachments in this world. Whatever we are attached to, distribute it. If something is left, then you honor it. And these are some of the things which we practice. If you want to add, I think you can add.
Yeah, you said that of Mahaprasadam and pastries, others should be having.
Yeah.
And we should be eating khichdi. Because unless we are austere, we won't be able to taste bliss.
Yeah.
We keep on gratifying the senses.
Or we can just honor it. Means we can just take a little bit and distribute others. Means it's not that we are trying to we are trying to dry our senses. No, it's not that. Devotion is not keeping our senses dry. You can honor it. Prasadam is always honoring. Prasadam is not eating. So in that way, we can satisfy our souls also, and simultaneously we can through our etiquettes we can show it to others also. That is anything else? Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki